Thanks for tuning in. This is Fat Fest, presented by AML Media. Hosted by Gene and Stephen Labordi.
What up, everybody? Welcome to another fun and fabulous episode of Fat Fest. I am Gene Labordi, Stephen Labordi, Rachel Labordi. We're here talking foods, everything to do with food, nothing not to do without food, I think is how that sentence would be structured.
Yeah, it's a hard and fast rule.
Yes.
If it's not about food, save it for another show.
Yes, if it can't be digested, it's not on Fat Fest.
Dude, I was freaking out like 2 months ago that I had swallowed a piece of a plastic spoon. And like I had some discomfort in my abdomen.
Ooh.
Did you dig in your poop to make sure you passed
No,
it? Like
it
they
went
do with
away,
babies?
But speaking of digestible things, like it is amazing you can pass some pretty hardcore
Dude, did you
stuff.
the guy who ate a whole airplane throughout his life?
What?
There's a guy.
Not like a jumbo jet.
No. Rachel, look it up if you can. There's a dude who, like, over, like, 15, 20 years,
Yeah.
he just would eat. Maybe it was a car, but it was a car or a small plane. But this guy was just known to be able to, like, he could just eat, you know.
Talk about
Piece by piece, Lotito ate an entire Cessna 150 airplane.
so a single engine, but still that's incredible.
Mm-hmm. How many, does it say how many years?
Between 1978 and 1980.
Was this like a
12 years.
did he somehow
No, that's 2 years.
Wow. Damn.
Did he somehow like get money out of this, or is he just
He's in the Guinness Book of World Records.
okay?
I think it obviously was an attraction of some sorts. I mean, shit, if he was doing that in the 80s, it's not like there was the traveling circus at that point. Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
there's still a traveling circus.
he-
yeah,
was-
but not like freak show. Like, you could, there was TV. I guess maybe, yeah, he probably,
Well, I talked about that in the one episode of UBI. Now that the internet's out there, like they've totally taken away this freak show. You can find the freakiest freaks, you know.
Well, this guy, I guess, was a professional. He also ate a supermarket trolley.
Don't even know what that is.
Like a grocery cart,
Okay.
7 TV sets, and a bicycle.
and I don't even think he died of complications.
Well, no, clearly not. If he was fucking stepping it up all the way to airplane.
But what we're here to talk about is, I guess that does kind of go with it. Strange foods. Yeah, you know, what's the strangest food you've eaten? What food will you not eat? It got me thinking because I don't know why, but I watch, it's always Asian people because Indian street food looks banging, but the Asian seafood, they call it like mukbang sometimes. Like it's like, especially this one fisherman, the shit they eat out of the ocean. It's very entertaining to watch him crack this shit open and eat a whole octopus. And the ink like squirting out his mouth, but I guess you have to grow up thinking that's never weird because there's not one thing in there I don't think I could eat because he'll do like a big wok, you know. So I mean, he'll put I guess there's lobsters in there and shit sometimes, but seriously, these one things that he always eats, they look like just a long cockroach. Like it looks like something that might climb out of your fucking sewer drain. It's like this long. And it's
You sure it's not a prawn?
no. He eats those, and he eats like I guess normal scrimps, but this one thing he eats in particular a lot of. Dude, it's a bug. It is a fucking bug.
A sea bug?
Yeah, and I know most of that shit is, but this thing seriously.
Yeah, the
looks-
lobster's like the king of sea bugs, just bottom feeders. But
Yeah, it's crazy that lobster was peasant food.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also the most trumped up thing on the planet.
Yeah.
It's really, you know. Anywho, most of the shit that comes out of the ocean that's not a fish is weird to eat to me. But I don't even like fish.
Yeah, the octopus, because you could eat a whole octopus. I thought they had a beak in there because they're usually like this big. But like when he bites the head, like sometimes ink will just squirt down his mouth,
Yeah.
and he likes to show the inside of it, and it like the texture actually doesn't look bad, but just knowing the shape of it, it's
They definitely have beaks. Or maybe that's a squid.
Maybe he removes these ones. Nah, because he throws them in there like
Nah, yeah, maybe
alive. Because
Rachel, does an octopus have a beak?
Let's see.
that's
yeah,
what
obviously.
That's what he just said. Oh,
And back to us.
yeah.
The common octopus has a 2-part beak, which it
Okay.
uses to eat crunchy prey.
Well, prey sounds delicious, nice little crunch. But you know, I love me the sperm whale, and you can tell when sperm whales have been in the area because there's a bunch of fucking floating beaks because they eat squid, giant squid.
And we learned this from Bob's Burgers, and then we looked it up. Those sometimes eat them, and it gets stuck in their digestion. And then, like, when it finally passes out of the whale, it's got apparently this smell to it. It's one of those smells that are gross, but you keep wanting to smell it. And they
Wait,
use
the
it.
octopus beak?
Yeah.
Because I just read
And they use it for something.
that it's made of chitin, which is indigestible, meaning you can tell if any predator has eaten an octopus.
There you go. Chitin is also one of the best materials for creating armor in a lot of video games. Different chitins.
Damn, you have to get a lot of. Is that just hard beak?
I don't know, but it sounds like good armor. You know what I mean? My chitin breastplate.
So, I was trying to think. Weirdest thing I've ever eaten. And it's probably not that weird. But I've had bear.
Okay.
And I've had elk.
Elk's not weird at all.
No. And it was like a 5-star restaurant. Actually, that was fucking banging. But besides that, I can't. Besides friends making a concoction and daring you to drink it, maybe that. But I can't think of anything too crazy weird that I've eaten.
Yeah, I mean,
Tuna fish with garlic in it?
no, that's not that weird. The weirdest thing I've ever eaten was octopus. When we were in Jamaica, Jamaica.
I did have pig feet, not knowing it really, in Jamaica.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll say this: people that grew up on pig feet, like, it's not that like.
No.
That's a very modern thing to be weird. Like a pig foot used to be. I bet you it's good.
Well, this was their like late night buffet. Like it was the only food you could get.
Yeah.
And it definitely was like scrappings. Like I was like drunk enough and eating this, being like, this is such a weird piece of, and then like kind of realizing it was like a pig knuckle, and I was like, I kept eating it a little bit because I was hungry enough. It was like that and like hot dogs. Was basically all
they had. Jamaica definitely didn't have a great menu.
Jerk chicken's banging though.
Yeah, but that's like it.
Yeah.
And it's too spicy for me.
Even back then?
Yeah.
So you've never been able to do spice?
Not really. Not hot. No. No, I remember being like, damn, this smells so good, looks so good, everyone loves it. And I'm like, you know.
A lot of people, it's funny to us, like, because they just hack it, so you just eat around the bone. I know multiple people that won't eat meat off a bone.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, two of them are women. Actually, maybe it's just 2 people.
Meat only comes with a bone. Unless
That's a pretty common thing, like, because people just like to forget that it's an animal.
Yeah, but like a chicken leg?
Yeah, I always had trouble eating chicken legs.
Why?
Because you're, like, eating it off. It's savage.
At least you know what part of the meat it is.
At least you're being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
But you're a vegan.
And the
now,
dark
so.
meat is good.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen 3D printed steak?
No, but I've seen the whole. I know Joe Rogan has talked about it multiple times. Just seems like he's interjecting it like super against the these fake meats and stuff.
Hey, if it saves the world.
I seen the chicken, and it was the article it was obviously it's going to be the worst picture they could find, but it looked like you pulled it out of my stomach.
Yeah, the steak didn't look bad. I would eat that. I would try it anyway. But so Rachel, do you have anything weird I know you were a picky eater, so you might not have much.
I feel like maybe I'm missing something. I've never eaten a lot of seafood just because I'm allergic.
Yeah.
So I don't really experiment there. I ate the elk whenever we went to Finland. Fermented blood rice.
I was gonna say, yeah, the stuff from your dad.
I
That
think
one,
fermented's pretty gnarly.
yeah, it's fermented, and I was like, your mom loves it.
Yeah, they all love it because it's like kind of almost makes wine because it's like this really dark purple. But it's just the texture I can't do. I could
couldn't
do the
bring
taste
myself
of
to
it,
try
but
it.
because
Is it
I like
alcoholic?
it's fermented, so
Well, that's why I'm asking.
it's mildly.
So you could catch a buzz if you ate a ton of it?
Mm-hmm. Steven's like,
Well, no, I'm thinking like, yeah. I can't even stand the smell of alcohol anymore. It's really weird.
What about that one fruit? I always say jackfruit, but I'm wrong.
Durian.
Durian, yeah.
That's
oh,
probably.
That was Andrew Zimmern's fucking most hated food.
that was that's
my
like the one.
parents love it, but my mom will tell anybody to their face that it smells like dirty vagina.
Ugh. There's not really many worse smells. than
And dude, it's got the slime to it. Like there's, how someone pulled that off a tree at one point in civilization, opened that up, smelled it, and said, "I'm still gonna try."
Seriously.
Hell yeah, man. People were, until very recently hungry, often. But I'm a little, for this theme that we're doing, weird foods. We don't have anything interesting to have eaten.
I was just thinking, because I'm going. When I would go to the Poconos with the carnies, a lot of times people would bring up, but it usually was just. I think I had a turkey gizzard,
I thought you couldn't eat gizzards.
or maybe it was turkey neck. I might have had a piece of smoked turkey neck.
Okay.
I've had turtle soup, but I couldn't even tell it was turtle soup. It was really spicy.
You had frog?
No, that was going to be the next of things you won't eat, because
I would try frog leg. I know
anything
amphibian.
amphibious I can't. Like I don't snake. I'd have a hard time with.
Are snakes considered amphibians?
Reptiles.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
amphibian
yeah.
means in and out of water. So maybe there are certain snakes.
There's certain creatures that instinctively are repulsive. So
Mm-hmm.
you gotta get past that barrier to eat any kind of lizard.
That's what because like iguana, people eat iguana.
Do they?
Yeah, I mean, in Florida, like you're encouraged to kill iguana.
Yeah. Remember when we went to Florida in the
I wasn't with you guys
yeah,
when
they're-
you drove in the van.
yeah, they're everywhere. They're pretty cool. They live in
It
the
looks like there's a lot of meat on them.
big ones. Well, that's what I was saying. If you like iguana, I mean, yeah,
They're crazy looking too. The way they can swim, they look like Godzilla when they're swimming.
they are Godzilla.
They are little Godzillas. Yeah, something about especially with frog, it's that skin. Like I can get past having to pull feathers out of a chicken or a turkey. I can get having to pull the skin off of a deer and stuff. But that skin, it's such a weird. I know
when
it's
it
not.
cooks up, it's not like that. But I know what you're saying. Like I'm saying, like reptiles, amphibians, like there's something naturally icky about even.
Well, you were, you won it on Sibling Rivalry, but you were really tooting the horn of
Michelin
star restaurants. Would you eat escargot?
snails. If I went to a Michelin restaurant, yeah. I mean, if I'm gonna eat, I want the best possible. But I'm not excited about it.
See, that's that
Nah.
Michelin star thing.
What
now.
about caviar?
Nope.
No?
Because
It's fish egg.
and people have described it a million times as literally tasting like salt water.
It's so weird because within 24 hours, 2 different people talked to me about caviar and raw oysters. And I even if I wasn't allergic, I would not eat either.
I tried a raw oyster and
gross.
threw up. I couldn't get it down.
Yeah, it's like a thick luger. That's what it
Yeah,
looks like.
and like sometimes you'll get a little sand in there.
Yeah, that's fucking gnarly.
And like, you know what? I'll put it out there. Same thing with caviar, oysters, lobster. Like, you got to do so much to it. Now, there are people that really, really love oysters and just suck them down. But most time I've seen people eating them, they're putting horseradish in there, hot sauce, lemon, and it's like, if you got to put all that stuff in there, do you really like it that much?
There's no way people eat raw oysters and they're not genuinely enjoying it.
Yeah, my brothers love them.
You can't eat
just think
something
it's-
that
And my brothers aren't fancy.
I just think it's one of those things that it's because you learned that it was fancy.
nah.
It's like this is good.
It's too gnar. to be
Same with
faking it.
lobster though. Like no one eats just. Everyone has a shit ton of butter when they eat a lobster tail,
Yeah, yeah. But people love lobster. Love it.
and like cracking open. How much work you got to do to get a little bit of meat off of crabs and shit.
Yeah, yeah. I've actually when I was younger, I ate crabs a few times, and like, I don't know, it just tastes like Old Bay seasoning to me.
Yeah, I mean I'll eat a crab cake, but that's because all the work's done.
Yeah, that's not even. That's hardly seafood.
But I will. I've always. I want to do a crawfish boil, which is kind of contradictory because the crawfish is a fucking definitely a bug.
It's close. Yeah.
But the way they do it,
it's so beautiful when they spread them out.
yeah, yellow corn and potatoes,
Yeah.
and they're all red and cracking. I'd suck that head. I'd try it.
Yeah, it's probably just real tangy. Like it probably tastes a lot like Old Bay.
Well, yeah, they a shit ton of fucking seasoning in there, like
Yeah.
overboard with it.
I think the worst thing I've ever consumed was beer with cigarette butts in it.
Oh, did that with a soda one time, and Genie.
Terrible.
Yeah,
And I actually swallowed a little bit of it. That was the
I
worst
did
part.
it with chew.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't do cigarettes. I did a cheese.
That's
With
Chew
a pouch.
spitter.
A pouch went in my mouth.
yeah. Yeah, I guess all our appetites are gone now.
So I pulled up some things online. Would you eat fried spiders? It's a Cambodian specialty,
How like a tarantula?
like tarantula
No.
size.
No.
They do crisp them like all the way down
No,
to
I know.
basically
They're
nothing.
probably crunchy, tasty snack. I'd eat like a grasshopper.
That's what I was gonna say. What about a grasshopper?
Yeah, well, there's people out there that thinks grasshoppers could save this planet.
I know. And every person on the conservative side, they never stop talking about how they want you to eat bugs. They want you to eat bugs. They're forcing you to eat bugs. It's like, it's funny.
I would try grasshopper, not spider.
If they were like little bite-sized spiders crisped up, I might eat them. But like the idea of picking apart a tarantula to eat it freaks me out. Plus, they're all hairy.
How about chicken feet?
No,
Yeah, I'd try it.
Mm-mm.
Why not? Eat a pig knuckle.
Couldn't. Also, my stomach, I'm
We're
as close
gonna
to
make
throwing
Gene
up.
throw up.
I'm not feeling good right now.
Well, you picked the topic.
I didn't think about the cigarette butt and the chew, but keep going.
So haggis, which
Haggis is like
is a sheep's heart, liver, and lungs minced and mixed with onions, oatmeal,
And
and
put in
suet,
its own intestines.
oatmeal.
and then cooked inside of the animal's stomach.
I'd try it.
Yeah,
For
I guess
sure.
I would. If I was like in Ireland, where they do it, or Scotland, or whatever.
Like if you decided to cook up a haggis this Sunday, I'd give it a go.
I wouldn't,
Why?
because I'd be like, you don't know what you're doing. You're gonna kill us. You can give us Ebola or
If
something.
you can read, you can cook, man.
How about tuna eyeballs?
No eyeballs.
No eyeballs.
You know, in a lot of cultures, like the man at the head of the table, like he gets the eyeballs out of like the sheep's head or whatever, and that's like a.
I've seen
My
a lot.
brother loves cooking fish with eyes in them and eating them.
At least fish eyes are small, but like a sheep's eye.
I've seen a lot of times it's like the treat for the little kid, like they come home from the hunting trip. And like that's like that you give the little kid the eyeball and apparently there's a shit ton of nutrients in an eye.
These tuna eyeballs look like almost golf ball size each.
Yeah,
Tunas are big.
fucking huge.
Yeah.
Would you do a Rocky Mountain oyster?
Yeah. Yeah, I really wouldn't want to. But if everybody else was eating them, I guess I'd try it.
What is a Rocky Mountain oyster?
Bull testicle.
Blech.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
What is it then?
Look.
It's like a sheep testicle or something.
Oh, so it's a testicle.
Well, there's a bull's testicle is like this big, dude.
I'm telling you, it's a bull's testicle.
Okay, look it up.
Rocky oyster.
Prairie oysters, dish of bull testicles. They look plump.
You know how they take them off too? They just like basically take like a real thin, like almost floss, and tie it around the bean bag until it just stops getting blood and they
Okay,
fall
yeah.
off.
It'll give you B vitamins, selenium, zinc, and it's a potent snack that will support the health of your own sack.
I'm sure they are very nutritious.
And you can fry them up and shit. You know.
They're from little guys. They're from calves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Poor little babies.
Well, you can't just have a shit ton of bulls because they'll like fight each other and shit, I think.
Yeah.
So if you
yeah.
have a cattle farm, you get if males grow like. Did you know you can't eat male pigs?
Yeah.
I didn't know that
Yeah.
until a couple years ago. That the testosterone ruins the meat.
Did you know that they kill most of the baby boy cows?
Yeah, because you can't have too many.
They can't make milk. Or they'll keep some of them around to make veal, but most of them just get ripped away from mama and thrown away.
I can't deny that I love veal, even though it's a horrible thing.
It's the one thing I don't order it. Like if it's in because I know
you love chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken parm's like your favorite thing to eat.
and if it was somewhere, I'm not gonna let it go. Like if I was at a party and there was only veal parm, it's already fucking dead, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I won't optionally get it at a restaurant. But the best meatballs in the world have some veal in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Good lasagna has some veal in there.
So, what about black pudding? Do you know what that is? Or blood sausage?
All of those things, I don't think I'd have the stomach to try it. A lot of it's just fermented bloods, right?
Yeah, congealed blood cooked up with various flavorings, thickening agents, breadcrumbs, and stuffed into a sausage skin.
I know the one for, they call a proper English breakfast with beans and sausage and shit. I think blood pudding is one of the traditional things in a proper English breakfast.
Have you ever heard of a century egg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew Zimmern used to eat those.
It's called 100-year-old egg, but it's
Oh, is it when a duck's half formed?
no.
No, that's Beirut or something like that.
It's-
They eat those. I've seen that too.
It's an egg preserved in a mixture of clay, ash, and quicklime for a few months. The yolk turns a dark green or
Yeah.
black and slimy, and the white turns into a dark brown translucent jelly.
Yeah, I couldn't. No way. Maybe if I was on TV and was getting a nice
Smells of
salary.
sulfur and ammonia, but tastes like a hard-boiled egg.
I don't even really like hard-boiled eggs, so you're really pushing me over the edge there.
What about a ostrich egg?
Yeah, I'd try. I mean, cooked, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, I think somewhere in Africa they will eat them raw.
That's one thing that one weird thing I think I would try would be different types of eggs.
Yeah.
As long as they're cooked.
Well,
Apparently they're banging, and they're like this
huge,
big. dude.
yeah.
They're like dinosaurs.
They are. Well, caviar's eggs. Would you try caviar?
Different kind of egg. I want an egg with a shell.
Caviar's
a bird
slimy.
egg. I want a bird egg.
A bird egg. Do turkeys make eggs?
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, they have.
All birds make eggs.
Yeah.
Just try to mentally image a turkey shitting out another baby turkey, and it's really
This says in Africa, they use stink bugs in a lot of their stews to add flavor and seasonings to their meals.
Well, that might be one of
Africa's
those things
rough.
when you cook it, it takes all the bitterness and funk out of it. But why?
It says when it's dying, it releases defensive pheromones,
Yeah, that's why they're called
Which-
stink bugs.
flavor the food.
Oh man, yeah, Africa's rough.
Dude, people are hungry.
Yeah,
Ooh, what about the tequila worm?
Yeah, I would.
no.
I mean, I would obviously be pretty, in the bag.
I would maybe, but I'd be screaming and then thinking about it the rest of the night that it was going to be
Yeah,
living inside of me.
Would you do any type of brains?
Nah, man.
What about cow tongue?
Yeah, I'd try it. None of these things I'm even remotely interested in actually eating. But something about brain really freaks me out. Like, I'd rather eat the bull testicle than the brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I think I would try. I mean, obviously, it's sliced and cooked and shit.
Well, here's the thing about a lot of these weird foods is that if it's cooked in a way that makes it not even noticeable, does it really count?
Yeah, because I've had gumbo with gator, and I know. Yeah,
It doesn't.
it doesn't count because I've had gumbo with
Just like you said, turtle
gator
soup.
sausage in it, and it's just like there's some spices in gumbo where I was like,
Yeah, it has to be recognizable to count as eating it.
would you eat like when they do just like a spit roast alligator? Would you eat gator?
Yeah, I'd try gator.
I think gator. I would too because there's a lot of like rib meat and shit to it.
Plus, there's something cool about eating an apex predator.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna eat tiger, and if it's already dead, I might try it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna kill the tiger though. You know, it's a weird a thing to have ever really took the time to cook up and eat is the eggplant.
They're big.
It's hard to prepare in a like you can't eat raw eggplant, can you? Or if you can,
you
it's
can.
disgusting.
It's not taste. Yeah, it doesn't taste very well. But I mean, I can see why someone because they can get big as shit.
I know.
And they're one of those ones like zucchinis where they can grow fast as
They're
shit
purple.
too. Yeah.
Anything purple seem to me in my mind it's like that's dangerous. Don't
Someone
eat
who
that.
can do good eggplant parm
Oh my god,
is
yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah, yeah,
Like better than chicken parm for some reason.
yeah, yeah.
So good.
I think the craziest thing I've ever really eaten is magic mushrooms.
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing to eat.
It's fucking hard to. The more and more I ate, then the less I could stomach them.
Yeah. You get that taste aversion where you're like, I already know where this is going. And your body literally is like, this is poison. So, like, you get a little sweaty eating it.
I see all these people microdosing and shit nowadays.
Yeah.
Somebody that I follow on Twitter is in Florida, and they just have at the gas station like actual microdose mushroom like
Florida's nuts.
gummies and stuff.
They're like, do this instead of smoking meth.
True.
And fighting alligators and McDonald's and shit.
Yeah.
True. Would you guys eat pickled eggs?
No.
Yes, I think I might have actually.
I mean, it's all relative. Like, if you said...
Didn't Mom used to make the red eggs?
Oh, the purple ones. Yeah.
That's a
I
pickled.
think that's a pickled egg.
Yeah, we used to
That's
have them.
something.
I used to eat them.
Pickled anything kind of really
Cut up on a
grosses me out.
salad. Yeah, they used to be in salad bars.
I like pickles. But, again, I have something about hard-boiled eggs. Any kind of, like...
What about like when people pickle random vegetables, like
It's
pickled
good.
asparagus
Yeah.
and
They're actually really tasty.
Pickled baby carrots.
yeah, I don't fuck with this. I only eat pickled red onions and kimchi.
I want some pickles.
I don't like kimchi, and I love pickled
Have you
things.
really tried it?
Kind of. It's in my head.
Yeah, it's in your head.
I think some of the worst cuisine on the planet is like the Scandinavian countries
Yeah.
where it's all like techniques to eat fish without refrigeration.
Would you eat raw liver? Like if you went out hunting an elk? Because they like I think it's elk, but like one of the cold like in Alaska or something. The best way to like keep your body going is to eat like the warm liver as soon as you pull it out of the animal.
No. I'm also never going to go kill an elk. Like, I have no interest in hunting
Yeah.
a majestic animal like that. Now, if you cooked it up, maybe I'd try a piece, but
Apparently, liver is one of those
It's a
things.
superfood.
Yeah, it's a superfood.
yeah. So is seal, but I don't want to eat seal.
I've eaten a little bit of liver by accident because my brothers cook with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you think it's a piece of beef, and then you're like,
Yeah, when I was a kid, like liverwurst was still something some people had.
I remember my mom,
Oh, it's funky. dude.
Mac would with their little crappy chihuahuas.
Liverwurst with onions.
Yeah, they would give it to the dog, and the dog was like looked like 100 years old. Its mouth didn't work, just gnawing on liverwurst. You could smell it. Ugh. We weren't allowed in the house. That thing was allowed to eat liverwurst in there.
Yeah. Yeah, literally, we weren't allowed in the house.
Would you, if you were in like a place? I don't want to generalize, but one of the Asian nations. I don't know which one, so I'm just trying to be politically correct.
Pan Asian. What was that?
Where they eat dogs and cats. Like if you were, there backpacking, doing the travel thing.
You know what, man? I've seen videos of how they treat dogs in that country, and I'm sure they make it in really tasty ways. But I have just a guttural negative reaction to even the idea of eating puppies, dogs. Dude, they keep them in like crab cages.
Yeah, I know.
It's horrifying.
So I had some relatives in from Asia, and they came outside, and we were outside, and there was some bunnies in the backyard, and the one literally came out, opened the door, and was like, "Oh, it's dinner time." I was like,
I've eaten rabbit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big difference between a wild rabbit and some kid's pet rabbit.
Oh yeah.
But I do get that. Like, I'm not mad at the Asian people for eating dogs.
Yeah.
Who are we to say like no, you can't eat dogs?
Yeah,
but
if you're
just
starving.
Well, not even if you're starving. It's just culturally they don't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? Shit in India, like the fact that we eat hamburgers is like a mortal sin to them.
Dude, talking about, I watch those street videos just all night long. I'm addicted. I think you would love to try and go to India, but you couldn't, dude.
It is spicy.
They use so much spice in the simplest things. Like, I think it would murder your mouth.
Yeah.
It would kill me on the inside. I would be able to eat it, and it would be good. And then I would just melt out the bottom of me.
I do want to go to India. That's on my bucket list for sure.
They do a lot of stuff with egg. They do a lot of...
Every nation, every culture eats eggs. Yeah.
once Gene is able to eat normal things again, I want to start trying to like pick a recipe from that indigenous recipe book.
The blue book?
Yeah, and like make one every other week or something.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting. When I was looking through it before I wrapped it up, was that like there's just so many ingredients that are so outside of
That's going to be the challenge, is finding the
them,
ingredients.
but that's also what's cool about it. You know what I mean?
And wasn't there like in the back like a substitution page?
I think there was, like some suggested substitutions if you can't find certain things.
Because a lot of those seasonings, you might not be able to like
Are
find.
there in this area, are there any like off the beaten path kind of like grocery stores, like African grocery stores?
There's some
downtown there isn't there?
Yeah, downtown there's a lot.
Like an H Mart?
Well, that's not
That's
as
Asian.
weird. I'm more off the beaten path. You know what I mean? Like
There's some like small
That's what I'm
corner
saying.
shop ones that I've
Yeah.
driven past.
where they're gonna have imports that no one else has.
I've been wanting to go near the store. There's a Indian market that
Yeah, I would like to check that out too.
maybe we'll go one day.
Yeah,
Because I'm scared to go in by myself because I don't know
maybe
what I'm
I'll
looking at.
I'll find my wife or find
There we go.
someone who can import one for me. You know, I want her to be real Indian.
I'm trying to think of what's some weird Spanish foods.
Mexican or Spanish?
Well, but either or.
But they're not.
Because I'm trying to think of around the globe. I'm just trying to think of
Okay.
different.
For the
you know-
record, we know the difference between Spanish and
Yes.
Mexican.
Spanish stew, the blood sausage.
They're big on pork. They eat lots of
rabbit.
pork.
Barnacles, percebes.
I didn't even know you could eat a barnacle.
Yeah, that's one of those
You
things.
can, the ocean is like fair game.
That's one of those things that Asian guy eats a lot of. Because like when you cook them up, there's not much in there. You're gonna suck like 40 down.
When I think of a barnacle, I think of like basically zits of the sea.
They have criadillas,
Sounds good.
bull testicles.
Okay. Okay.
It's an appealing name. It's like, oh, is that a fun quesadilla?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if you go back to Cambodia, that's where you're going to find some of the craziest culinary
Goose barnacles?
goose balls.
Do they grow on goose?
Barnacles don't grow on geese.
I'm just thinking it's probably like just a certain barnacle. It's probably got it's probably
Looks
shaped
like a
Oh,
goose.
you know what? I have seen. They're just like really long. They look like giant mussels, if it's what I remember. Speaking of the ocean, dude, you ever see a sea cucumber?
Yeah.
That is the can you eat
How
that?
it eats? Did you ever see how they eat?
Isn't it like eject semen like fluid?
That too. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. No, I think it's a sea cucumber too. Like, it opens up like a plant, and then like just like
Nah, you're thinking of a sea snail. You're thinking of. I think.
maybe I know that. Yeah, the sea cucumber, the thing Steve-O.
Yeah, you squeeze it and like
It looks like
it looks like cum
yeah.
coming out of it.
Would you? Do you know what it is, and would you eat raw kibbe?
Isn't kibbe just super seasoned goat meat, raw goat meat?
It's Lebanese. Well, this one that popped up is Lebanese, but it's minced raw lamb meat with spices.
I tried it, Arslan.
Did you like
in
it?
rice. I had just a little bit. It's just super seasoned, and I didn't want to like push it because my stomach's not great. But Dad used to
Just like raw ground meat.
yeah, he just a little tiny ball of it and just put a bunch of seasoning on there.
Let's do something before we end this episode. Let's narrow in a little bit here. Everybody has to pick 3 destinations on the globe that they have never been to, where we want to try the cuisine.
I'm staying away from all Asian countries.
I'm picking Asian countries.
Okay, well here's the exercise. So I'll go first.
Okay.
I want to go to France and have real French cuisine. Cooked by the French. They use lots of cheese, lots of butter, lots of cured meats. You know, I can avoid the seafood. For the French cuisine isn't really a seafood heavy one, I don't think.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know enough about it, but I mean, to be eating frog legs.
Is that a French thing? That's a Cajun thing, which is different than the French.
Well, I know the French, high end French, eat them too.
They eat escargot. That's a French thing. But they just make really rich, buttery.
You just like cheese.
I do love cheese. And also, it's part of our heritage.
What about some of those cheeses that are like?
Funk cheese.
Yeah.
I'll try it. I'll
Yeah?
try it. I would like to say, though, that I've been to France and had, like, a real French... you know, Julia Childs kind of made me really want to try some French. Although, what is the duck liver?
Oh,
That's another messed up thing where they force feed ducks
to get a fatty liver.
to get a fatty liver. I can't think of what.
Have you ever had pecan duck?
Peking?
Whatever, however.
Pecan duck might be good too. No, that's one I didn't mention. That to me is a weird food to eat. Duck.
Yeah, it's really oily.
Yeah, it's greasy as shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like my buddy Tom, like every time we went to the Hong Kong Pearl, he got some duck dish and it looks all right. But you know,
There's just enough other meats to not have to be like
exactly,
eating
especially
duck
at
to me.
a real good Chinese place. Like I'm not getting a duck.
That's one thing I miss from back home is Hong Luk.
That's what I was talking. I said Hong Kong Pearl. It's a different place. Yeah, Hong Luk. You ever been in there with the bar?
I've never been to the bar, but I mean I've been in there a lot.
Place is awesome.
I one time tried stealing the. Mom was like, "I like this soy sauce thing," and I tried taking it.
Did you get caught?
The dude was like 4 different people came to the team. They're like, soy sauce? So where's the soy sauce? And I was like, I don't know. And I just fucking put it on the ground underneath me. And then they're like, then the owner came out and I was like, and he was like, it's on the ground. They knew what I was doing. I got caught.
Yeah, you got busted, but they were cool about it. Remember they had the blowfish?
Mm-hmm. The blowfish lights.
Yeah, that place was really cool. They had the bamboo paneling
And they had good banging food.
they had banging drinks too.
Yeah, the zombie or whatever.
The Zoms, yeah. Get 2 or 3 of those.
Rich, I've taken you there.
Yes.
I'm telling you, yes.
Yeah.
Where's your brain at? You're shut off.
I told you I have a migraine or
She just
something.
looked through me and was like, I was like, am I here?
I told you I have a migraine or something.
Back to the game.
You be all right.
I'm gonna go like somewhere like Spain or something where they do a lot with pork.
Okay.
And obviously rice and beans and stuff can never go wrong. But if you're gonna take France, because like we said, I don't want to go to like any of the really cold places like Scandinavian
They're not known
shit.
for their cuisine at all.
I mean Finland, but it was just bad, fucking banging elk.
Right.
Or no, it was reindeer.
We had reindeer, elk, and moose
Okay,
on the same plate.
Moose
It
is a
was like-
scary animal.
yeah, they are.
Okay, so Spain.
Spain, yeah, and I would try a little, I would get a little wild with it because they use a lot of spices, and they do a lot of stuff like on open flame type of cooking, which to me,
Okay.
like, you can get rid of like weirdness of food.
What's weird about Spain is it's part of Western Europe, but in a lot of ways they're totally not European. The conquistadors, props. Okay.
Because like I don't want to go like England and stuff. I don't. That's they just have crappier version of our food. I feel like.
Well, I mean, it doesn't all have to be where you think the best food is, but maybe you want to soak in the culture. And I would suggest that the number one way to understand a culture is to eat the food.
I would say a proper English, besides the blood pudding or whatever that it comes with, the proper English breakfast. I mean, I don't know how you can do anything afterwards, but dude, like, there's like 5 different types of meats, the beans.
I don't know what English breakfast is, but
It literally is just like think of every breakfast food you can think of, and like 4 pieces of toast, lots of butter,
I'm all right with that.
and beans.
Beans for breakfast, beans for dinner, whatever. Okay, Rachel, what do you got?
Thailand.
Okay. Just cause Thailand.
Oh, because I really love Thai food.
Okay. Thai's good. Pho. PHO, isn't that a Thai dish?
I don't know if that's Thai.
Okay. I'll tell you what, if you go to Thailand, I would like to go to Thailand too, because I like that
You like-
taekwondo.
Oh yeah, that's why you want to go.
I got you.
You ever see?
The lady boys?
Well, yeah, obviously, but it's an SNL skit, like one of their commercials, and it's like, I learned how to speak French because I'm going to Paris, and it's like 5 dudes in a row going like, I learned how to speak Thai cause I just wanted to.
That's good. All right.
Thai food's, yeah, I like their. Is that one of the spicy noodles or?
Pad Thai.
No, what's the spicy rice I liked?
Oh,
Is
that's
that-
kind of Thai. It's like basil
Yeah.
fried rice.
It's just a
but I think
different
it's
fried rice,
Thai.
but it's a little more spicy in it.
Yeah, the flavors are just like a little bit different.
I like
more-
it's a little bit more salty than like Chinese food's got more sweet in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like American Chinese, like it's just
Well,
very
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
like,
Okay, Thailand.
but yeah, I wanted to say Korea because they have like a lot of really good food, but I've heard that Korea is very meat heavy. Like the one person that I follow online is the Korean vegan, but she like
Struggles.
works hard to make
Yeah.
these like vegan versions.
Yeah, I'm
of
trying to
things.
think. What's the best like? Is it might just be America? Like, what's the best country for vegan?
The United Kingdom,
Okay.
Really?
which because I just googled up, like multiple websites said, like within a 5-mile radius, there's like 165 vegan restaurants.
Oh, see, there's
yeah.
a difference between having a lot of vegan restaurants. Because I'm thinking like the UK, would have to import so many things to have.
That's what. Yeah, you're thinking. When I'm thinking, like culturally, because they just don't have a lot of meat.
just
So
the availability. Yeah,
I mean, I
they
think
can't grow dick in the UK.
I do think like naturally vegan would probably be like
India,
India
which is
Oh,
my
yeah,
or
next
duh.
choice. That's my second
that
choice.
was almost gonna be one of my choices, but all I want is food. Like I
Yeah.
don't
You
really.
want anything else to do with the Indian country?
I don't know.
That's honesty. That's good. I get it. I get it. I will say this: if I was to go visit India, I would not. I would want to be have plenty of money to get proper hotels and stuff. Because if you are trying to budget travel in India, it's going to be rough and dirty and gross. But give me India as my second choice because I've never had Indian food I didn't like. You're right, it would be spicy, but you know, I could get around it or try to anyway. But and I just the culture, the people, any civilization that's been around that long is a place I want to visit. And definitely, if I wanted to be vegan, that's the country to do it in, I think.
I don't know. I'm realizing how white I am as far as food goes. That like
you can't even think of another place you
I
want to go
can't
eat.
even think of another. I guess give me like
You're also anti-travel too, so you're really in a tough spot.
yeah. I don't know. Like not Japan. Too much seafood.
Oh, so maybe you could say like you know you want to go to
I'll just you know what.
Louisiana or something.
We were picking countries, but I do want to go down there and I want to try boudin, which is
Is it those donuts?
no, it's rice and something else, and you put it in a sausage casing, kind of. It's got like some seasonings and
Okay.
stuff in there. It's like something you'd eat for breakfast, kind of.
Okay.
And then obviously like a crab boil, even though I don't. It looks, and it's also like an event too.
A lot of southern eating is like a party like that. Eating in general is a feast. Is fun.
Although you know what actually, you know what I say, like black people are really good at fried chicken, is
Yeah.
during the Korean War. That's when they learned how to fry chicken. So I'm thinking maybe apparently Korean barbecue and Korean fried chicken is like banging.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine bad fried chicken.
But they do it a certain. But yeah, I'm gonna go Louisiana. It's not a country, but
Okay. Do you have another choice, Rachel?
I was actually like going through things in my head, and I was gonna pick a American
That's
state
fine.
that has like a lot of vegan options, but my brain didn't get all the way there.
Okay. I'll give you my last one then. It's gonna have to be. This is tough. I guess Mexico. It seems so easy, but
yeah, that's kind of where I'm running into too. Like, I want to do something a little adventurous, but I don't really want to be adventurous.
yeah, I
Just send him a plate.
yeah. Like I thought you were gonna say Brazil because you love that Brazil.
I almost said Brazil specifically because of my friend who started us on the Brazilian cheese balls.
Oh fuck yeah, Brazil! I forgot about even, especially just the way they eat. It's very meat heavy though.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
For mine, Brazil. I didn't even think about that.
Okay. Yeah, that's right up your alley. Just
Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah, and I'm sure they do it different, you know, but they just meat on an open flame getting cooked is like just awesome.
And Gene will just walk around with like the yes no paddle that says I want more or I don't want any
And I'll just
more.
learn Spanish for where's the bathroom now, please.
yeah. I don't know. I kind of disagree with you though. On I would like to go to the UK because we're Anglo people. It's more about they're our big brothers in a lot of ways. I mean, we took over and bullied them. Now they're kind of our little brothers, but
It's just when it goes cuisine wise, I feel like I could replicate what they got going on.
right.
over
That's why
there.
it's more about not just the food, but the cultural experience. Because I'm gonna say not England. I want to go to the UK. So I want to go to Scotland and Ireland, and hit the maiden countries that we.
I want to see castles, that's for sure.
Okay, yeah.
I'll bring my
castles are
poop
sweet.
bucket, but
Well, they have holes like you could just poop anywhere. In a
yeah, where'd
castle, I
the
think.
king poop? That's where I have to go.
I don't know.
On a
Wow.
right, it's
Probably in a gnarly hole, just like everybody else.
Yeah, but his was at least raised. You know, you don't have to squat down.
I stayed in a castle that they like mostly renovated into be a hotel.
Okay.
But it was really cool. The basement was like a dungeon kind of, and they put the pool in there, and it was really
Wow.
creepy.
Yeah, that probably looked awesome though.
Yeah, it was cool.
All lit up and spooky.
And then my mom let me go off by myself, and I got lost, and I just knocked on every door until I could find my
Were you
mom.
panicking?
Not really. I was a pretty calm child, but I just was knocking on doors. I'm like, "Are you my mom?"
That's one way to find your mom. Just to list the last country I want to travel to for food, I mentioned earlier Cambodia. Everything they eat there is nuts. Bats, snakes, tarantulas, every scary thing. They're kind of badass in that way.
Cambodians are scary people, dude.
Yeah,
Aren't they the ones that have like tunnels and shit?
probably. I think every country has tunnels.
No, I mean like, oh no, I'm thinking of. Never mind.
Like France with the underground tunnels.
I know. I was thinking like Vietnam
Okay.
when we like fought them. Like they had like booby trap tunnels and shit.
They eat a lot of gnarly stuff too. Those South Asian islands, yeah, they eat anything.
And yeah, but they live in the jungle, dude.
Like,
Got it.
honestly, one of the safest things you could I would be able to eat there is like their catfish and stuff. And I don't even like fish, but the other stuff is way worse.
Just a lot of rice.
I was actually surprised Indonesia is on this list of some of the best vegan countries to go to.
Well, that's
Most countries,
The fact that my family doesn't understand what vegan even is.
yeah, but most non-Western countries, like it, you have to be a rich country to have a meat-centered diet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they do a lot of tofu and tempeh there.
Yeah.
But
Is there any connection between God, I'm blanking on the name of the religion.
Islam?
Yeah, is there any like connection between veganism and Islam? Obviously, no pork.
No, just the pork.
I'm just wondering if they're more likely to be a vegan nation if it's a high.
Might be something with like the Dutch connection.
In Indonesia?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dutch were there for a lot longer than you realize. They didn't leave too long ago. I also wanted to give a shout out to our brothers to the north, the Canadians. They have some pretty good contributions to the food.
Alberta beef.
Syrup,
Poutine.
poutine, yes.
Love me some poutine.
Probably some other shit. But no one even talks about Canada really. And they brought some things to the table. Clamato juice, I guess. Yeah.
But well, I think that'll wrap it up. We covered a vast topic there. Just some food for thought. No pun intended.
Let us know the weirdest thing that you've eaten in the comments.
Yeah, or things that you think we should maybe try, but we probably won't.
Rachel, cook it. I'll try it.
Yeah.
Cook it
Gene
outside.
Gene will watch from afar in case he throws up.
Just
I'll
be-
cook it.
he'll-
Steven will eat it.
He'll just be sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I've been Gene Labordi. That's Steven Labordi. Rachel Labordi doing all the hard work. This has been Fat Fest. Thank you guys for tuning in. And
Till next time.
till next time.